right, I've just started the YouTube feed, so I don't know if you guys. I know there was a glitch, and I think a lot of people got kicked out. So if anybody's in the YouTube feed, maybe they can tell me if they. Just a second, I'm going to have to. Just give me a moment here, guys. I've just started the YouTube feed, or I've taken over, and there's a bit of a glitch. So I'm going to put myself on mute for a second. I will get to everybody's questions, okay? Just give me a moment, guys. I'm trying to figure out why I'm not able to. I think I've started the streaming in YouTube, but I can't pop out the chat. All right, I am going to get rid of this. Just give me a second, guys. I just have to. All right, well, I'll have to deal with that later on. I can't get the YouTube feed working. Okay, DRNA. So let me answer some of the questions here, okay? Most of the people are in this trading room anyway, so. Okay, does the software... Okay, Kim, you asked a question. What stock's worth watching in after hours? I mean, that's hard to know. I mean, first of all, after hours today is probably not a big deal because, Monday to Thursday inclusive, there will be a lot of stocks releasing earnings after hours. Very few stocks, certainly any stock worth their worth, does not release earnings on a Friday afternoon once the market's closed. So consequently, not that many stocks I would think to watch after hours. But next week, again, you can watch them. I don't trade ever after hours, but if you want to watch, like for instance, Roku. I know Roku yesterday, after hours. A lot of people were watching. There's that's the after hours action. There's that move area right there. So, no. So if you watched it, what were you going to do with it? I mean, I guess you had because after hours trading can be very, very whippy, up and down. But anyway, that's basic. I guess that's my basic answer about watching after hours. Okay, Stan. Stan, are you listening to me? You can set up your own watch list. You can track specific stocks, yes. And you can create price alerts, yes. Okay, so yes, you can create what we call a symbol list. I really wish we changed the name to watch list, but anyway, you can create what's called a symbol list, and then put your. Are you a subscriber right now, or are you going to be doing the test drive? Okay, so it's no point in my telling you now because you don't have the program, okay? But yes, you can do what's called, or create what's called a symbol list. You know, you would create your alert window. You would create an alert window or a top list window on how you want to monitor the symbols once you, because I mean, you have to have a way to monitor them. But you just basically, you would create a symbol list, see what says create new. Again, I'm just running through this. We'd call it stand. You'd say okay. Then you would put the symbols. Again, you don't have to memorize this now. Then you put your symbols in here. Okay. Now, or, but what you want to do is once you create your symbol list, and I don't know how big your symbol list is going to be, but the second part of your equation, in fact, you may not even have to create a symbol list. Thinking about what you're really trying to do, is if you have, let's just say for instance, you want to follow Apple, okay, and you've got Apple, and you say, well, I'm really interested in Apple if it breaks $329.27. Okay, so you load Apple into a chart, and then you just right click, create price alert, done. Now you can put a note in if you want, but if you just save it, it's done. So you'll get an alert. You'll get an alert then. So you probably don't even have to create a symbol list. All you really want to do is just create price alerts. You know, on all the stocks that you want to follow. And that would happen then from the, sorry. Oh man, we have our price alerts window. Oh, one moment, please. Okay, sorry, I'm back. Yeah, so does that make sense then, Stan? So you obviously have some stocks that you might want to follow. So all you have to do then is just put them in the load them into a chart, and then create the price alert. And you see, there's the Apple price alert right down there. If it ever hit 328, you know, I sort on the triggered column, and so it would pop right to the top. I minimize this window. I minimize the window so it doesn't take up any screen space. And if it triggers, the window will pop up on your screen. You can also put an Audible Alert on it. Okay, you can put an Audible Alert on it. Now I understand why I'm missing always, you know, and okay, so you'll hear the alert. It'll pop up on your screen. If you sort it on the triggered column, it'll be right at the top, and it'll even change colors for you. So does that make sense? That's what I would do. All right, and hopefully that makes sense. So now, who asked the question about I'm not smart enough to trade on my own? Can you show how the AI works? Okay, so Todd, are you still listening? It may not be any different in your brokerage software. I just find that the price alert section price the way we do it is super simple. Um, well, you can okay. I mean, if you wanted to, okay, the price reverses. Not really. I mean, you could bracket it. Obviously, you could bracket it, but okay, so this is the AI, but I'm going to tell you that it still requires some human interaction, okay? This is what the AI is all about. It'll give you the alert. You know, there's the entry time, there's a real time alert price, there's a stop price, but we recommend that you have to manage the trades on your own, okay? And we're not recommending that you just auto trade and just let it run and at the end of the day, see what happens. I'm sorry, I'd love to be able to say that that's the way it works, but it doesn't like that. It's man and machine. Great, you know, it gives you very interesting alerts, and then it'd be really up to you to manage them. Oh, well, I don't know Thinkorswim at all. I mean, obviously, I have no idea. Obviously, I'm biased. I mean, we have all sorts of scans that you can create. Well, you could. There is a stop price. It does have the stop price there for you. It automatically generates the stop price. I use my well, okay. There are a couple of things. Obviously, I mean I'm answering lots and lots. I am not able as to pay that much attention to a lot of my windows and the AI answering a lot of questions. But this is what I'd be doing if it ever slowed down, which I don't think it's ever is going to anymore. But that's okay. I use this as a watch list. It's that simple. And I like the stocks that are under $20. That's how I use the AI. Okay. I don't auto trade it. I don't do anything like that. So I use it as a watch list. Yeah, I think if you click on the alert, I think that red line would probably be the next high looking left on the chart. Okay, I think that's what it is. Usually that red line that is automatically created is the next. Okay, good. Good. Okay, guys, I have to do my video now, all right? So when will I be back? What time is it right now? 1:11. Okay, I usually just say I'll be back at around 1:40. Hopefully sooner than that, but just in case I have some technical issues. There can be a lot to learn, okay, absolutely, and I try to manage people's expectations. Nobody will become an expert in trade ideas, even if you take the test drive for 10 days. But what we try to do, why we have this room free like this, you can ask me questions. We've got the webinars from 12 to 1 every day. The Q&A, we've got, or the Q&A, they're not webinars, but then we have 4 webinars a week. So we really try to support the product as best we can, okay? Okay, guys, so I'm going to do my video now. All right, guys, I'm now back. And let's see, any questions that I may have missed? Wow, look at that serve. Continues. Right there, nice little, maybe a little entry there around 27.14. All right, one moment, please. Oh, no, I don't want to get too involved in my personal life, but this blasted leak in our place, it's like trade people after trade coming in, and it leaked into our neighbors. So this has turned into a nightmare. Anyway, okay, where am I? So next week actually is going to, bad week for this to happen. We're going to have tradespeople traipsing in and out, lots of banging and noise in the background. So can't be helped. People who can hear me on the YouTube feed, I do apologize. I cannot, for some reason, I cannot pop out the chat. It is not showing up. So I won't be able to answer any questions in the YouTube feed as far as I can see. I'm sorry. I keep restarting it, but there may not be many people in there, so I guess that's okay. So if you're in the YouTube feed and you've been asking questions, I'm sorry. For some reason, I cannot see the chat. So where are we here? I just want to make sure I'm all caught up on any questions that may have occurred. The question before from you was it Stan regarding price alerts and all and wanting reversals. Well, in thinking about it again, how are you actually trying to trade this? Okay, maybe I can better understand. So I use the example of Apple. Okay, so you get the alert at Apple. Now, what do you want to do? Now you want to see it on a comeback? Because why wouldn't you then, if you get the alert, then just put the price alert where you want to see it. If it drifts down to, just put it immediately there. I mean, nothing is going to happen automatically. But this is pretty simple. Our price alerts are pretty simple to use. A lot of swingers here. Swingers, I mean, in the swing trading. Wow, serve continues. Yeah, I mean, that's still even a nice, I'm not going to chase it, but I mean, that right there would have been awesome. Right, that little stop right there. PVAC on the way down here. Oh my goodness, more trades. Just a minute. Oh, okay, that's definitely hair pulling time now. Okay, off topic. All right, I don't know if you're, I don't know if you're being serious, K Mort. This is not the trial. You're not in the trial yet because you haven't been able to download the program. Okay, and number one. This is what I would do. Please watch these videos. They're very quick. I'm going to keep pumping this out. Okay, Kmort, I'm going to, this is 20 very short videos. I mean, it says 20 lessons in 20 days, but of course you can watch them as quickly as you want. They're very quick little videos. It goes over a lot of things, how to create an alert window, how to create a top list window, what the heck are you doing here, okay? So I would encourage you to watch those videos. Okay, you can use a top list window. I mean, for the last 5 days, so we do have a consolidation filter, all right? H. So if you, let's see, consolidation. So there is consolidation consecutive days, okay? You can try this, all right? Oh yeah, you get data. Well, you get obviously the market's closed, all right, but the top list data will still keep coming in. Top list still work until I think it's 7 o'clock Eastern. Okay, but I mean, this is only going to show you maybe today and the previous, 4 days if you're looking for 5 days consolidation. Okay, try it. That's all I can do is tell you to try it. So consolidation, and then if you add the filter and put, minimum of 5 days as an example, and create a top list. No. I mean, if you do it now, I mean, but I think it doesn't include today. That's all. Okay, it just doesn't include today. It'll be the previous days. But when the market closes, I think I'm not 100% sure, but I think our server resets at midnight Eastern time, something like that. Okay, and then that's when the today's day would be in, if that makes sense. Yeah, you can't do it, Dee Dee. I'm sorry. Okay, I shouldn't say that. But you're talking about a break. Well, first of all, no, we don't have EMAs, so there's a simple answer. We don't have EMAs at all. We only have SMAs. Yeah, not on. We don't have EMAs. Definitely not EMAs. Yeah. Oh, the data point. Just the actual data point. Yeah. We don't have EMAs. I mean, you can check all you want, but we do not have EMAs. It might have been an SMA. Yeah, this is what we have for SMAs. Okay, so if you type in SMA in the search box, SMA. So we have period crosses, like 5 period over the 8 on the 1 minute chart, things like that. Okay, but excuse me, but the opening 1 minute candle crossing the 20 SMA. Are you talking about a daily? Okay, let me see if I can figure something out. I doubt it, but let me just see. I guarantee there won't be like an alert that you can do. You can see stocks that are above the 20 SMA. But whether that happens right on the at first 1 minute candle, that's another. I mean, first of all, this is all we've got for something like that. Okay, 1 minute. We have the opening. We do have the opening. Spell it right. So we do have a there's the 1 minute opening range breakout. Okay, but that is not going to show you breaking out over the 20 SMA. You know, you can have a filter such that the stock is over the 20 SMA, but it's not going to show you a break of the 20 SMA, like an alert saying, okay, when that 1 minute opening candle breaks through the 20 SMA, let me know. No. Just give me a second here. So you can get an alert though, Didi. You can get an alert of a cross, you know, I think it's somewhat delayed. I have to check on that, but we do have the crosses, but it won't necessarily be the 1 minute. Okay, there's the cross above the 20-day or the cross below. But it won't, you know, you can't say, oh, I only want that if it's in the first minute. Though, I suppose, no, it gets too complicated. I'm sorry, it just gets too complicated. You could sort of freeze it after 1 minute and, I mean, I suppose you could do that. You could have an alert window, I guess, run it for 1 minute and see which one's crossed. I guess you could do that. I never thought of it like that, but I guess you could do that. You know, so have it running, start it at 9:30 and close it down at 9:31. That makes sense? So you can try that then. So there's your alert. And then, you know, with other filters in place, maybe price range and volume and all that, so you don't get a zillion of them. And so start it, make sure you have it up and running right at 9:30, and then you can stop it right at 9:31. You'll see the time. I mean, you'll see the time and see what happens. Well, again, you can add volume. Yeah, that's up to you to add the volume. When you say, you know, just a minute, please. This is Oh my goodness, sorry guys. Lots of trades calls. Okay, I'm new to trading. I found the place recently. Should I start the test drive or will it overwhelm me? Hard to know. I mean, you can try. I mean, it's only going to cost you $8.99. I'm going to be in here all the time. I'm going to be answering questions, trying to help people navigate through our program and all. But I do suggest, boom, you watch these 20 lessons in 20 days. Of course, you don't have to take 20 days to do it. They're very quick lessons. Just to give you an idea, download TI Pro. How do you do it? Channel bar. What's a channel bar? Trade your favorite stocks. How do you do it? What's a top list? Build a top list. On and on and on. These are pretty quick videos. I would encourage you, anybody who's taking the test drive, okay, Brokerage Plus, Intro to Brokerage Plus, how to link to Brokerage Plus. I would encourage everybody to take a look at those videos. Even if you're not part of the test drive, but you're a new subscriber to Trade Ideas, I would encourage you to watch those videos. Okay, they're very quick. I think I asked a couple of people if they'd watched them before, and yeah, people said they were short, concise, to the point. So I would absolutely watch them. Okay. We don't have a squeeze study. No, Lloyd. I know what you're talking about, the TTM. No. Does the AI consider float? Well, I shouldn't. It's sort of hit or miss. I mean, when you get an AI alert, you'll be able to see what the float is. I mean, there are some situations where there could be low float stocks. There could be higher float stocks. Okay, so it's not that you don't have to trade them. And we always say you're not going to auto trade them anyway. So you get an alert, VHC. You see what the float is. There it is, 60 million. If you don't like that float, fine. There's AI. That's probably pretty low. But, I mean, it'll be all over the place. A lot of these seem to be lower floaters today. But there's one, 643 million in the float for GMAB as an example. So there is one strategy that is called low float. Obviously looking at low float situations, but it's just a matter, if you don't want to trade it, then just make sure you have the single stock window, and you can take a look at to see what the float is. If you don't want to trade it, you don't trade it. I hear Kodak is ringing out. This was a crazy one back in the Bitcoin days. All of a sudden, Kodak became a Bitcoin player. So it has now gone through the 200-day moving average, 268, just a little bit above the 200-day moving average, KODK. I have no idea. 10? The reason I don't know is because this is how I use the AI when able to concentrate more on it. I sort on the aggressive profit percent. I should go over that just a little bit, okay? I sort on this column because this is all I care about. I just care about the stocks that are up the most for the day. So I mean, I don't care about all these ones down here. It's probably been a little bit more of an active day, but I think yesterday, what was yesterday as an example? Yesterday these were the alerts. So, but just a word on, and I hope, quite frankly, I'm thinking that we're going to probably get rid of a lot of this, but conservative profit percent means getting out exactly when the AI got out. Okay, so there's the entry, 595. There was where the AI exited, 2.1%. Moderate and aggressive will be exactly the same. That's as if you stayed in the trade, right to the end of the day. The difference between moderate and aggressive and why there could be a difference. Moderate will stop calculating if the stop actually got hit. Okay? Whereas aggressive is just showing you what would happen if you just kept in the trade all day long. What chart am I looking into? Are you talking about, you mean what charting program am I using? Is that what you mean, Adam? Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, good for you, Real. Yeah, we have stocks only, which is stocks only. We have off topic, okay? So if something is kind of off topic, if it's a tech support question, I'll do the best I can to help you. If I can't help you, I'll send you to our more or less official tech support. But everything else, more than likely, most things should be going into off topic unless it is stocks only, okay? Well, okay, so this is, the AI maps it out for you, but how you trade it really, really should be up to you. The AI can be a great watch list, okay? So, I mean, it maps it out. There's your entry, there's your stop. So, I mean, I would always, if I were in this trade, if I got in this trade and then it hit 570, yes, I would get out. I would obey the AI stop for sure. But after that, as I explained in my video that I did today, I mean, look where the AI got out on VHC at $6.08 from 5.95. Okay, as a trader, you should never let something like that happen. 5.95 is the alert. It got all the way up to 6.40, almost 6.50 before it started coming down. I would have taken some out right around there. These two topping tails, probably signifying to me, this could be over for a while anyway. So I'm not going to let it come all the way down just above, a little bit above where I got out. This is where I'm saying, you have to have some human interaction. Now, there's still three, but forget about it, okay, Aviator? There are still three Holly versions, but I would just forget about what the differences are. I think eventually we're going to, we're in the process of revamping all of that. Yeah, no, it's still kind of the same, but all right, let me take some simulated trades just for fun, okay? So when you say the buy sell indicators, are you talking about here? What indicators exactly? Where? Obviously here it's part of premium, of course. Are you talking about? Give me a chart. You're talking about previous days? Okay, BYD. Let's take a look at Well, I'm on BYD. Oh, I know what I did. I think I got rid of them. Just a second here. No. So you're not talking about. Oh, are you talking about like that buy right there on Boyd BYD right way back here? That little one. Okay, yeah. No, that's not part of premium. That's just showing you where an AI alert was. Okay, previous days. So that's not part of that's just part of the package. That'll show you where an AI alert happened previously. So you can see right there. Hover over it. It says, okay, the buy was at 28.49. On that day, it got out at 28.62. What did it do right after? It got up to 31.49. So if you had held it, would have not bad. I mean, 28.49 up to 31.6, so almost $3 as an example. Okay, now after that, and but that's just part of the standard service. What are the filters on the right top of the AI filter window? Now, are you talking about this window here? Are you talking about these guys right there? These guys, my wife. Okay. Okay, so for instance, some people have said, you know what, I only want to see the long strategies. I don't want to see anything short. So I could click on all the long. I'm only going to see the long strategies. Maybe you only want to see the short strategies. Maybe you want to see only the positions that are still open, that the AI has not closed out of. Or you want to see the closed positions. Okay. Profitable trades. In profitable, nothing in the conservative mode. Okay. So this, oh, I'm sorry. Here we go. I thought there was something wrong there. So there are the profitable trades. Okay, so that's how you can manage it. I usually don't do anything because I want to follow the trades all day long, whether they've been closed out or not. Strategies is the same thing. So, these are the strategies today that made the cut. Okay, because they had the right profit factor and win percentage. So if you only wanted to see looking for a bounce and tailwind, you know what I mean? So you can pick the strategies you might want to follow. If you saw something that you've traded, pretty decently in the past, maybe that's what you want to do. I don't do that. Again, I don't do that. Thank you, Aviator. Yeah, they try to get a little bit creative. Sometimes they make sense. Bullish pullback. Yeah, got dough wants to go. I mean, I asked them to change these. We got a little cutesy sometimes, okay? And probably should be a revamping of the naming of these things too. So anything that you save on the PC client UCLA will be available to you on the web version, okay? And yes. So it's a good question because what happens is this. We get the question quite a bit actually. Can I have trade ideas on multiple devices? And the answer is yes. So obviously here I have it on my desktop, but I also have it on my tablet. Okay, if I don't have a desk or a laptop anymore, but I could have it on my laptop. So you can have it on as many devices as you want, and you can only have the program loaded one device at a time though. But let's just say now I close this off, and now I want to open trade ideas on my tablet, so it'd be the web-based version, and then all I have to do is file load from the cloud. Okay, and I can load my layout on the web-based version or window, as long as you save things into the cloud, because then you'll have access to everything on multiple devices if you save things into the cloud. Okay, so I mean there are two reasons why you should save things to the cloud. That is one of the reasons. Probably that's I won't say that's the number one reason, but that's probably in lieu of a catastrophe. That's the number one reason. But let's just say you do have a catastrophe. My desktop, as an example, I turned it off today, and I wake up tomorrow morning and it's exploded. It's smoking. Okay, so it's toast. I need a new desktop. That's okay. So you know what? Or a new desktop computer. So that's okay. I go and buy one, and then I download trade ideas, and I just load everything that I've saved from the cloud. Also, just so people who are going to be taking the test drive know, anything that you do in the test drive, so, in the test drive, you may create a layout, you can save it. You save individual windows, save them all to the cloud, okay? So whatever you're doing in the test drive, you create a little layout, or you have some windows that you want to save everything to the cloud. If you decide after the test drive is over that you do want to take out a subscription to Trade Ideas, as long as you use the same email address that you use for the test drive, then everything is going to be available for you. Absolutely. You saved something to the cloud 4 years ago, it'll still be there. As long as you use the same email to resubscribe if that's the situation. Because your email is locked to your account. And we just keep everything on our server. That's a good question. I don't think so, UCLA, because I mean, if you've got, your Trade Ideas subscription is tied to your email account, and you can really get into trouble if you start changing your email. Okay, so. But I'm not sure it makes sense anyway. I mean, if you're talking about, there you go, there's Aviator, saying that he got his last layout. Well, it interfaces, yes, okay. I know I was going to do a simulated trade, but I'll just keep answering questions. Okay, so. Again, I know it can get a little bit confusing. We have an external linking tool. When you click on Tools and External Linking, and then you click on Add a Link, and then you just follow these instructions. Okay? So we link to many brokerage platforms, including, yes, TDA. We do link with them, so that when you click on an alert within Trade Ideas, it's going to load into your order entry in TDA. Okay, so that's the interface, okay? But if you want to use this, Brokerage Plus, to trade so that you can create your own little, trading strategies and all, I guess I've got to connect again, then you need an Interactive Brokers account. Does that make sense? I know it seems to confuse people. They think that if you don't have an Interactive Brokers account, you can't use Trade Ideas. Nothing could be further from the truth. I mean, before we had this, I can't remember when we introduced Brokerage Plus, to be honest, a couple of years ago maybe, but before we had this, I mean, of course, people could connect to any brokerage. It's just that there's nothing wrong with using Interactive Brokers within Interactive Brokers that's what I do, to be honest, because I don't trade that much. So, I mean, I'm not going to toggle back and forth to connect to my IB account and then try to remember, okay, is this my live account that I'm working with, or am I simulated? So I don't do that. So when I make a trade, I'm just using IB, I mean simple old IB within Interactive Brokers. So it's the same thing. You guys, you don't have to use Brokerage Plus. It's just a really nice add-on if you have Interactive Brokers to use this little screen here. It's a lot more, in my opinion, it's a lot more friendly, and you can create these little one-click trading scenarios. But it's not mandatory. It's absolutely not mandatory. And we are, I mean, if you notice here, connected. So you do see E-Trade here. Now it's not ready yet. It's just too bad all this had to happen, the virus. But also, I shouldn't use just the virus as an excuse. But just before, because Aviator's right. There is a version of Trade Ideas in E-Trade. It's a very, very old version. But so we had a business relationship with E-Trade for many, many years. So we wanted them to be the next one that would act like Interactive Brokers, that you could use Brokerage Plus, okay? And we were so close, we thought it would be happening this first quarter, but then Morgan Stanley bought them. And so that, I think in January or early February, that kind of threw things into, a bit of a delay, and then the virus hit. So, but we're still actively working with them, and just can't tell you when that's going to happen. I'd like to get TD Ameritrade. I know we have a lot of people ask me that. So I'd love to get TDA. Alpaca, I don't know anything about Alpaca, to be honest. There is no beta version, Toto. Okay? There is no beta, so the pro version is the latest version. There is no beta version. And that is 4.2.15. Okay? Hey, I've caught you, Goods. You said you were going to be gone for a couple of hours, but obviously you did not go. Okay. If it's trading after hours, but what I would do is this. In the top list window that you might create, you see time frame. Maybe just select live during market hours. If you check live always, then it will keep running until 7 o'clock at night, Eastern time. A top list window will. I mean, okay. Probably if you it won't matter though. I mean, if it traded during the day, even if you say it live always, it'll show those trades that happen during the day. It doesn't discern. All this does is sometimes you don't want to see the after hours action. For instance, you might see something that. Let me try to see if I can. Let's just say, for argument's sake, let me make sure I've got it on live always. Okay. Let's just say, for argument's sake, this one, NRGU, okay? So let's say at 4 o'clock, it's at 4:35. But for some reason, once the market closes, there's one trade up at $5 or $6. Well, that would really skew how much it's up. Right? I mean, because really it's only up that amount. One trade, 2 shares or something at $7 for whatever reason. I mean, I'm trying to make a real exaggeration on it. So that's the only reason why, you might want to say, well, let's just stop it during market hours. I don't want to see the after hour action. Otherwise, you can just have it trade like show all the action after hours too. All right, let me see if I can take a trade just to show you how this all works. The easy way to use it. Let's just go into the market, okay? We'll take 400 shares. I see it's 340. So it's only a penny spread, so there's no problem going in at the market. I was just checking my time and saying it was 365, 366. So no issue going in right at the market. So it took 400 shares. Okay, and it's using our real-time data. Okay, so it doesn't matter what broker you have. This is the simulation. I've connected to the simulator. Now, if I want to, I can put a stop after the fact. Always you should have in mind where your stop would be. So let's put a stop right here at 342. Okay, so there's a stop. There's my stop price, sell. See how it showed up right on the chart? Okay. Now, we always preach how, if you're going to take a trade, you should have an idea about how much you want to lose on the trade. And it should be pretty consistent from trade to trade. So, I mean, this just happened to work out to, almost $100. But if you were wanting to risk $100 a trade and you wanted to do it in this most manual way, then, you have to figure out where your stop's going to be. That would have been a, decent area. Look at, some support right there. You have to see what the price is and then do some little mental arithmetic, subtract the current price from the stop. That'll give you the distance, say 20 cents. And then you would divide that into $100 as an example. And that'll show you how many shares you could take. So for argument's sake, if it was a 20-cent stop and you wanted to risk 100 shares or $100 on the trade, you can buy 500 shares. 500 times a 20-cent stop is $100. Okay? So that is the most manual way you can do it. Now, there is a more automated way you can do it by creating a trading strategy ahead of time, as long as you're prepared, and you have to have a stop. Okay, let me see, Teresa. Is this the link here? Yeah, here it is. Encourage everybody, even if you're not taking the test drive, but you're still kind of, wading your way through all this. But guys, listen. Not that this, it had some nice trades in here, okay, but why I create the watch list is so that you don't have to maybe, look at hundreds of different stocks all day long. This watch list is automatically created for you. Okay, you don't have to do anything. In the test drive layout that I've created, and which I'll have as a link for everybody. And in fact, if you check my Twitter account, certainly I would say by tomorrow. Oops. Might hear a hungry kitty in the background. Just a second. So there's my Twitter account, @bbruin44. For sure, by tomorrow, I'll have a layout that I'm going to be displaying and that you'll have access to. And it'll look exactly like this. The only addition is I'm going to shrink Brokerage Plus down a little bit and display the AI, okay? That's the only difference. So let me give her a little bit of food. Okay, just a minute. Okay, I am now back. Yep, no, free for everybody. I've been hearing ADAP ringing over and over again. Nice move. 107 million in the float also, which is a big float for a $4 stock. I'm just seeing, are they a virus play? I can't tell anymore. There's so many little virus plays. I have no idea if this is one. No, it is not actually. I'm looking at some previous. So we have a news tab right there. So I just scroll down a little bit. Where did I find that? Yeah, agreement to co-develop and stem cell derived allogenetic or genic allogenic. So this is not a virus play. So yeah, don't go over. I mean, we have news, and of course we have that wonderful little similar tab. Well, let's see how that segment is doing. There we go. There's Toll Brothers. So yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, look at Toll Brothers, TOL. So here are some of the stocks, New Housing Operative Builders. Let's see if DHI showed up in the same one, or did it get New Housing Operative Builders? Okay, all right. So, yeah. So what is the top stock in that Hovnanian, man, that's tough to say for me. Hovnanian. Okay, so if you wanted to follow the builders as an example, you would just, now that you've got this, you just pop it out. Now it's a top list. Now you can follow it all day long. You can add the filters that you want in. You could add in, obviously, you could add in a price range that you want to follow, a minimum volume that you want to follow. You know, maybe if you want to have a float that you want to follow, you know, you could add the filters as you want to create a top list. Now customize the top list, and then you could follow the builders all day long as an example. Oh, I wouldn't say that. I think you probably get a complete corollary to that they're more manipulated, you know, especially if the float is really small and you get individuals involved. All right, guys, it is now 11:30, so not from here. We don't, well, I shouldn't say that. I don't know. Give me a, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just, I don't know if it shows up here. Yeah. Yeah, so the Canadian stocks don't appear to. Oh, wait a minute. I'm just a second. Just a second. But this is. I don't think I have missed on the. No, I'm just checking. I don't have missed on the watch list anymore. So what I see happening, Dr. Cutlass, is that yeah, I can load like Stantec. I know, of course, and I load it in here, but it's not giving me the Canadian. Okay, it's giving me, it's in engineering services, so here's all, but these are the US engineering services. Okay. We just don't have enough Canadian interest. Yeah, mist would only be interesting to me if it takes out that high right there, so you see, I mean, it's just been drifting down, down, down. I mean, hey, listen, at some point, if it takes out that 450, look out. Yeah, I mean, you got to read all sorts of. I have no idea. I mean, as people are saying it's way too expensive. I have no other commentary on GILD other than that. I mean, you would think, oh yeah, I mean up this area here, but I mean it's given up $8 so far, and it's slip sliding away. I mean that's really really shank. That's really just on the surface, okay? Stuff. Was it hacked? You mean the company was hacked? I don't see any news like that. It doesn't mean that didn't happen. I'm not sure I understand what that means. Guild was hacked today from Iran. I don't see any news on that, but listen, look, this is another one that has been a very tough trader. I mean, it's now, it's obviously had a good day again, but it's been a tough trader, even though there's all sorts of hopefully, great news surrounding this stock, mRNA, re the virus. But it's not like it's been, the easiest thing in the world to trade. $56 down to 44. I mean, if you have the faith that it's going to do something incredible, fine. But that's a big stop you'd have. Boy, Kodak continues. Look at that. What a move on that 15-minute, just straight up. Kodak, KODK. Relatively low float, 35 million. You're in it. The only one well, there is another option, but you're still hearing me, so I don't know if that's an option. We do have a YouTube stream, which unfortunately, I am streaming on YouTube right now, but I cannot for the life of me. Let's see if it happened. Yeah. I'm supposed to get a message that then I can pop out the chat. So I have not been able to pop out the chat. So it's unfortunate, but anyway, if you're talking about somebody else moderating a chat room, no. And we call this a trading room, but the only thing that happens in the YouTube feed is that I run it moderate it from 9 to noon, and then from 12 to 1, one of the other Trade Ideas traders takes over from 12 to 1, and then I resume from 1 to 3. So if I want to get out of this trade, You know, I could just flatten it. And right now, if I flatten it, it'll take me out. You know, I mean, right now the spread is fine. Using limit out, what it would be, I think it has an option, okay? So when you use limit out, basically what that's saying is that, okay, the price right now is 360, okay? So if I were able to get out, this is what let me just show what I'm talking about. So if I use the flatten, it would take me out at 360. But let's just say for argument's sake that this is a fairly fast moving stock and I may not be able to get it out right at that limit. So how far outside of the limit am I willing to go? And that's what that is. Okay? A certain dollar figure away from the bid ask. So in other words, if I put this in at minus 10 and I wanted to get out, it would take me out all the way down to 348. So let's just say for argument's sake, this was a very fast moving stock. It's I want to get out, but you know, it's right now it's not 358, it's 357, or it just drops 10 cents. Well, I would get out of this trade all the way down to 10 cents underneath that bid. Now, I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm just saying, you know, so I'm not saying to use 10 cents, but that's what the limit out will do for you. Can you download trade ideas without putting in a credit card? Well, how are you going to pay for trade ideas if you don't put in a credit card? We don't. Well, how are you going to pay for the trial? The $8.99. I'm not sure I understand. Yeah, waxing Dan's cars, yeah. I mean, you have to pay somehow. Yeah, okay, Ken, what's happening there, Ken, is that you're trying to download the program, okay, prematurely. And that's, you know, I hope next, I mean, we keep saying that this every test drive. Yeah. You know, I know it gets confusing for people because they pay us and then they try to download the program and then it's telling them, hey, you have to take out a subscription. Now, if you do that, you know, tomorrow you'll be fine. He corrected it. Yeah, okay. Well, that's the other thing. Yes, it was an email this morning. That's to compound everything. An email came out this morning that shouldn't have. That basically suggested that you could have that you could start your subscription right now, or your trial right now. And, yeah, it shouldn't have gone out, obviously. Yeah, there are some, and I don't know the reason for it, to be honest. There are some channels not available in the web-based version, and I have no explanation. Let me just see. I'm just going to do. Yeah, you're right. I don't see. Yeah, I don't see the. Yeah, it's just not available. I don't know why, but. Excellent, Ken. Then yeah, please download the app. Then you have Bootcamp. It's more robust. one of the things, if you're interested in using our paper trader or simulated trader, you have to download the app, because this is this Brokerage Plus window. And the Brokerage Plus is only available with the app. Yeah, I see a nice red candle there. No, so let me make this very, very, very general announcement to everybody, because that is a question that we get when the test drive is over, and anybody else, when the test drive is over, nothing for you to do. Okay, you don't have to unsubscribe. We do not put you into a subscription. What will happen is you will get an email from us and say, congratulations on taking the test drive. Here's a nice little promo code discount if you do want to take out a subscription. Okay. Yes, they are visible in your regular IB account. This is just a conduit, call it. It's obviously, it just allows you to do more things, creating the one-click trading, this sort of stuff. So obviously you can use IB to trade, just within IB, or you can use this sort of as an adjunct, okay, where you have hotkeys here. But you wouldn't be doing it for the hotkeys. You'd be doing it because maybe you want to create your own little trading strategies. This is what I'm talking about. You can create your own trading strategy. Give it a name. Is it a long? Is it a short? And then you start putting in all this information here. As much information as you want. Let me just show you what I do for one of them. So say the chart, if I want, you can trade right from the chart, that little buy button right there on the chart. So basically what you do is you create your strategy, and I'll show you, I called this one chart long, $100 risk. And here are my order details. My position sizing is going to be based on a stop loss, and I'm going to risk in the simulator $100 a trade. So if a trade goes against me, I don't want to lose more than $100. And then risk management. Here's my stop loss based on a stop loss. I'm using a proprietary stop. It's now available to everybody, called the VWAP stop. Okay, and you can always try that. And once you do that, these two work hand in hand. And then I take the long strategy, and I named it chart long $100 risk, to make it obvious that that's the way. If I use the buy button on the chart, that's those rules. That's how I want to trade it. So all I have to do is I right click and I check. This is the default chart long strategy. I could have picked another long. So now if I want to trade, make sure I'm connected. So if I want to trade GWB right now, I just click on the buy button. I drop it there. And now you see it says 1508. So you can do this a couple of ways. You can create a conditional buy. So for instance, right now, unless the price goes to 1508, I'm not going to be in that trade. But you can then use this as a potential, you want to take it on a buyback or a pullback. So you could have put it right there, dropped it right there. And so if it got down to 14.97, it would have taken the trade, okay? Or you could have put it on top. Maybe it had to break a moving average or something. So that's how you could have used it as a conditional trade. But I'm going to drop it. I moved it up, so now it took the trade. And there it is. It took 233 shares. Why? Because if I take the entry minus the stop, that VWAP stop that I was using right there, 1511 minus 1466 times 233 is going to give me very close to $100. See, there it is, minus $103. So if I allowed this to run automatically, and I allowed it to take me out at 1466, that would be my loss. Now, I also put in a target. I don't put targets. I only put target in here as a demo. So I should have gone over that. So in the risk management, I target, and I put 50 cents. All right. So what that means is that wherever I took that trade, if I allow it to just run automatically, and it goes in my favor, it would take me out 50 cents above my entry automatically if I don't change it. Now, at this point, I can always change my stop. Let's say I wanted to put my stop right there. I can always just take right on the chart, move my stop up. Okay, so you can use this like a trailing stop. So let's say the trade really starts to work well. You can just start moving your stop up on the chart to areas that kind of make sense. This area right there kind of makes sense to me. If it broke down through here, I should probably be out of the trade, right? So even though there was the original stop based on that VWAP, I can always adjust it after the fact. And of course, I can always adjust my target. So there it is at 15, it's hard to see, but at 15.59, let's just say this trade really starts to work. Let's just say this trade really starts to work and it gets close to that 15.59, but the pattern is still great. I could always, right on the chart, just move it up. Okay, there I moved it to 16.30, okay? So you can move your stop up, you can move your target up once everything is in place. Yeah, the reason it's not available in a top list window or even a single stock window is that top list windows adjust every 30 seconds, okay, automatically. And so consequently, that volume 1% may not be relevant, really, that in the 1 minute time frame. And that's why it's not available. There are some filters that are just not available, in top list, because like the spread filter, it doesn't make sense to have the spread filter in a top list window as an example, because what does that really mean? It's going to be, at the time you see it, that might be it, but 30 seconds later it could have really changed. So it just, the spread filter just doesn't make any sense in my opinion. No, so the reverse basically, let's just say I wanted to go short this one now, BTU, and said I don't like it as a long. If I click on reverse, it's going to take me into an automatic short. Okay, so remember I was long 400 shares, now I'm short 400 shares. Now I can reverse it again, and now I'm long again. Yeah, so I guess to answer, yes. It does it automatically. Now, obviously, you have to be very careful if you're going to use the reverse. No problem here. Well, no problem here because the spread was okay. But yeah, you've got to be very careful because it's going to go in at market on you. So I mean, if it's a terrible spread, you'd never want to do it. I don't recommend, especially if you're a new trader, I would never recommend using this unless the spread is okay. No restrictions, Siegel. No restrictions. We have customers all over the world, so there's no restrictions at all. We only the only thing is it's only really for the U.S. market, so it doesn't work on the FTSE or foreign markets. Other than we do the Canadian market, but it's a couple of limitations in the Canadian market. but this is basically US based in terms of the stock markets, okay? But there's no problem using trade ideas, no. Yeah, to reverse on BKNG, because I also don't think that there's a, yeah, there's no limit. There's no something you can place in here. I would almost want to see, I mean, in the simulator, it's fine. I wouldn't want anybody who doesn't understand, a spread and start trading their live account and say, oh, I think I'll just reverse it. So one last promo. Let me just pop this into the room, okay, before I shut the room down. Okay, so I just popped this in. So in case you don't care, you want to, you can't live without Trade Ideas another second. So you can click on this link right there, subscribe to Trade Ideas. Oops, subscribe to Trade Ideas. Okay, when you do that, and you can use this promo code right there, Barry4Alpha. That'll be instant 15% savings. You'll be brought to the pricing page. Just to give you an idea how much it costs. So there's the full plan, the full premium annual plan, $22.68 a year minus the 15%, or the standard $10.68 a year minus the 15%. Of course, you do not have to start off with an annual subscription. The big difference between premium and standard is the AI alerts that you'll get all day long. And also, if you did want to auto trade anything, say an alert window that you create, you can auto trade it but you need our premium service. But you can always just try us out for a month. Standard now. Of course, I wouldn't do it now. Why not take the test drive? Okay, but $118 a month minus the 15%, or the premium $228 less the 15%. The discount's only good for the first month, if on a month-to-month basis. So that's that one. And here's the test drive link again. Yeah, you only need premium. You only need premium if you want to see the AI. You want to see the alerts that happen from the AI, or if you want to auto trade, say, your own alert windows. Otherwise, standard is fine. And again, there's the test drive link right there. And when you click on that, and there's still time to sign up. Doesn't start really till May the 11th. That's Monday. And you know what? You can still sign up. And we take people all the way to the Wednesday. They're not going to get 10 full days. But the last day to actually sign up would be, I guess, Wednesday the 20th. Which way you'll get 3 days, for $8.99. So it's not 10 days whenever you sign up. You have to, if you want to take full advantage of it, you have to be able to start May the 11th to the 22nd. That is 10 trading days. But you know what? If you can't start till Tuesday, that's 9 days. It's still only $8.99. I just want to make sure people don't get misled that it's 10 trading days, no matter when you sign up within these within these dates. Okay? We're not trying to pull a fast one or anything like that. Well, you can use I know it's complicated. Yeah, we link with many brokerages. I think we link with Fidelity, but it's got nothing to do with can you use premium. You can, this is premium. If you want to trade the AI alerts, even if you had to do it manually, okay, and you got the alert and you watched it for a bit, said, yep, I want to trade it. You just, you could type VHC into your Fidelity account and trade it, as an example, okay? Our linking I think we link with Fidelity. All that would mean is that when you click on the alert, it will load into your order entry. Okay, so you don't have to type it in. Does that make sense? And I can't tell you if the AI is really advantageous. Okay, I mean I know how I would use it as a great watch list, but I everybody uses it differently. So, but you can always upgrade later. I mean, you don't have to have the AI right to begin with. Yeah, you can always upgrade later. I mean, I would probably, you don't have to have the AI. You don't have to have premium. You could try this out standard. During the test drive, you'll have premium, okay? You'll have the premium service during the test drive. But, after the test drive, you might say to yourself, well, I really like Trade Ideas, but I don't really need the premium version. So you just sign up with our standard. Yeah, you'll see me Monday at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. I'll be opening the room at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that it all went smoothly over the weekend in terms of the sign-ups. I shut it at 3. Okay, I go from 9 to 3 every day. And if you're wondering why I don't keep it open till 4, maybe a bit of a selfish reason, but I still have work to do. I have to when the market closes at 4, then that's when I do my scanning so I can create the watch list for the next day. Also, sometimes, I like to take some time for myself to maybe make some trades. And I don't want to have to moderate the room. So sometimes from 3 to 4, I just make a few trades on my own. Yeah, exactly. A catheter reel. uh, we're doing a little private talk here. So did I miss any questions? I'm assuming an email goes out that says, congratulations, you can finally start to download. I think that's how it works. No, actually, it doesn't, Ken. Most of the heavy lifting is done on our end, okay? It's on our servers doing all the heavy lifting. We used to say you could use a Windows 7 computer, but it's not, that's not even supported anymore. But I'll just show you what our recommendation is. But most of the heavy lifting is all done on our end. You too, real. I just popped in the off topic. I just sort of put something about the preferred Windows 10, 64, 2 gig, 8 gigs of RAM, etc. Ideal. So this gives you an idea, okay? Let me just make sure, see how this works. You're still on, really? Oh, well, okay. One of the problems we had, somebody couldn't see my screen. It was all blurry. You're using Windows 7, and the developer of the room said, you know what, I mean, you got to have at least 10. Really? Okay. It all depends. Maybe your graphic card is great. Yeah, no problem, Cam. Thank you. Apple jumping on the news. All right. It is a little bit of a pop for Apple, sure. Reopening the stores. Did they say when? I'm sure with social distancing and all that, but did they actually put a date? Next week, Monday, or just any sometime next week? Yeah, there's a pop. Look at that 5 minute pop, guys. Okay, so you can download the program at any time. Okay, you just can't log in. Downloaded to Windows 7 on purpose. Wow. Okay. I think. Okay, I'm not 100% sure. This is what should happen. Okay, and I apologize. You can download the program right now. You just can't log in. And I think that's what happens. People download the program, and I would too. Then they try to log in, and that's when they get that's when they get the message saying for a subscription, on and on and on. I'm hoping that you'll get an email saying, okay, now you can log in. That's what I'm hoping happens. Has anybody taken the test drive before and that are doing it again? Is that what happened before? You get an email saying you can log in? No. So you took the test drive before, Ken? And you didn't get an email saying, okay, now you can log in? I know you can't log in now because the market's not closed. Oh, okay. No, I'm actually looking for somebody who has taken the test drive before. And did you get an email when you could log in? No, I know that's an anomaly that happened today. The email you got today was unfortunate. Okay. So I just got word you will get an email. Okay, so wait for the email. You will get an email when you can log in. So you can download the program at any time, but just don't log in. You won't be able to log into it. Okay? And then you're going to get an email saying, okay, now you can log in. Yeah, it's supposed to be available after markets close, but what does that mean? Does that mean 401? Does that mean 402? Does that mean 5? Does that mean 6? So one of the things, I mean, I know we should have the server capacity, but we may have 3,000 people, so it's just a matter of, I know why we don't want to do it during the market because to add 3,000 all at once might may cause a problem. Yes, don't. But get out of that demo mode. Yeah, get out of the demo mode, of course. Yeah, it's only available, and you'll get an email about the price alerts contest. Okay, it'll be next week. Okay, you'll get an email at some point. I don't know when. The contest, basically, I think it's a free year of trade ideas. No, 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 no. The simulator is live data. The simulator is real-time data. It's using our real-time data. Okay, it's got nothing to do with brokerage account you've got. No, no, no. Otherwise, it'd be useless to have a simulator. This is live data, real-time data. You know, look at there's the price 15.15. Look at the chart. There's 15.15. I'm in at 15.11, 15.15. I'm up, up $9. No, no, no. This is using our real-time data. Yeah, NISCOM. It should happen. Well, you'll get an email. Yes, you'll be able to log in once you get the email saying, okay, you can log in. Or you can actually download the pro. I'm sure there's probably going to be a link that shows you how to download the program in the email you get. Okay. Okay. But you can download the program now. It's just a matter you just can't log in. I know it's a little confusing. You can't log in because that, just like friend is saying, you just sign in now. Well, unless you signed up for the one now. Well, I think you have to. I think you created a. I think you created a username and a password. I believe. And so hopefully you can remember that. Look at VHC. You know what? I keep saying this. Next test drive, I'm going to sign up as if I were a new subscriber. I want to see exactly what happens. I know it's not the easiest. I do understand. I mean, most people it's okay, but we get a lot of, well, just the fact that you can't log in right away or people try to log in. No, every day, every day. It's been like this since October of 2015. All right, guys. Unless there are any, or listen, I'll stick around. If there are some questions, I will stick around. But I will. Otherwise, I'll shut the room down and just gear up. Again, if you want to at B Bruin, probably sometime, maybe, hopefully sometime this evening. Certainly by Saturday. There's my Twitter account at B Bruin 44. So if you want to follow me, and trust me, guys, I just talk stock. Just stocks, and I'm not that active on Twitter, but it's just stocks. It's nothing else. But I will post my layout link, the one I'm going to use, that I'll be sharing with everybody next week. Okay. Okay, I do not see any other questions, so I will shut it down. All right, everybody, have a great, great weekend. Make sure the last thing, no, that's wrong. Shoot. I wanted to, I did want to just repost the, where are you? Got so many things open on my other monitor. There we are. I just wanted to repost. Okay, I just wanted to repost this, the trade ideas, 20 lessons in 20 days. I'm going to leave this here just for a minute here. This is in the off topic if you're not an off topic. Okay, I would encourage you to click on that link and take a look at the videos over the weekend. It won't take you that long, and I think it's well worth it so that when you start Monday morning, you're not going, okay? Okay? The link, what link? Are you talking about my Twitter link? Or my Twitter NC Trade? What link are you talking about? The room link? Well, you're in the room. So somehow you must have, you must have, I can give it to you again, but this is the trading room link. So I guess you can save it, I suppose, but I'm getting a delay. Yeah, I don't know why, guys. I'm getting a delay. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. For some reason, I'm getting a delay in posting. Can you guys still hear me? Let me see if I can even post. No. Okay. Yeah, so I was getting a delay. Okay, that's why. Okay, so somebody asked for the trading room link. Oh, the trial link. The trial link. Okay. Good thing I wasn't saying bad things. Yeah, for some reason, I just posted the link, but there's a delay in it actually posting into the room. Okay, there it is. Okay, there it is. Okay, there's the test drive link. Okay, guys, everybody got the link? The links that you need? Okay, 3:15. I think that's a wrap, everybody. So as I say, have a great weekend, everybody, and I'll open the room bright and early, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, Monday morning. All right. So have a great weekend, everybody, and take care.